Hey, good morning, everybody. Monday? Yeah, Monday. So, a couple of plans for today. Low-key items. I got a quiz to grade, and we want to keep uploading past videos to YouTube so we can get caught up on that. Can't wait till we're just on top of that, and it's like a cycle. Heavier item, I'm going to start responding to people who were asking questions about the big thing from Friday about my class. And, of course, I'll hit the climbing gym. And then lastly, I'm hoping to start unpacking what the heck it is I've been talking about so vaguely for so long, tell you some of the story. Oh yeah, and if you want to get in on the book club, you should let me know soon, or my son will cry. We're going to read 2 books, Naked Economics and Linchpin. These are 2 of my favorite books. One's about how the world works, and the other is about finding your place in it. Should be a really good time. There's a few really awesome people already joined up. We want you to be a part of this. Let me know. Just shoot me a message right here. As I keep uploading these, I get closer and closer to having a system for it, which is going to be great because I don't want to spend my whole life uploading videos. So teach me a little bit. How many of you read these descriptions on YouTube? Or do you just watch the videos and move on? Should I make it long, short? What do you think? I think the real thing that I need to work on is the upload speed of my internet connection. Oh, it takes forever. Alright, just about caught up to present day on my video uploading, so that feels really good. I know I said I needed to respond to some folks about the class and tell you what the heck was going on last week. Truth be told, I've got a little bit of avoidance syndrome going on right now. It's still raw, and it's still kind of painful for me, and I'm having trouble wanting to deal with it. So I'm going to the gym to get my head on straight, and I will talk to you about it as soon as I can. Forgot all my gear going back in the house now. Alright, let's try this again. So I just bumped into somebody in the hallway, and they say, "Hey, you're a professor at such and such, right?" And I said, "Yeah." She says, "Oh, do you know Clarissa?" Clarissa who? Oh, I don't know her last name. She teaches English. It's a big school. But hey, Clarissa, if you ever happen across this, reach out and say hi. Every single road in Pennsylvania is under construction. And time for another jog. Alright, did my run again. Added a couple seconds since Friday, but I don't feel like I'm going to die today, so that's progress. Made it without breaking stride again, so I think maybe on Wednesday I can step it up and try shaving a little bit of time off. Either that or I'll go for longer. I haven't quite decided what my goal is yet. I'll figure it out. Time to drive home. So that was tons of fun. Now I'm home to spend some time with my family. I know I promised you a story or 2 about the big thing. I'll tell you in the morning. I've got ideas now finally, and I'm feeling good, but it's going to take a little time to put together. So be patient. So while I was in the car, I was listening to podcasts
that are call-in shows,
Okay.
doing my homework to see what it is they do. I wasn't actually listening to them to like get their content.
Okay.
I was just listening to them to see like.
How they were
Anyways,
doing it.
so the two that I checked out were Dave Ramsey and Gary Vee, who both have call-in shows.
Okay.
And
Are they the kind of call-in shows that we were talking about, where like people could? Were they live?
They were live, but it's the same idea where it's like, hey, I need advice, help me out.
Okay.
And in both shows, people had like 30 seconds to a minute to actually like just talk and voice their question and provide context or whatever.
Okay.
And then from there, they started answering.
Okay.
And the two shows were a bit different. Like Dave Ramsey moves really quick. And his show, he tends to answer the questions in like 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
And so he runs through a lot of questions in an hour-long show because he only gives each one like 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
Gary Vee was more like 5 to 10 minutes per question.
Okay.
And it was closer to 10 on most. So he got through like 4 questions in an hour-long show.
Okay, but a little bit more in depth on the answering.
Yeah, a little bit more in depth or a little bit more wandering around to try and find the answer he really wanted to commit to.
Okay.
Which is something I do sometimes too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he like would tell a story for a while until he figured out like the Zappo one-liner answer. So anyways, I thought that was interesting, and I wasn't sure like what we would take from that as far as if we were trying to do one
Did
for
you
the
see a D?
Intentional Academy. Like how long?
How long do we want to answer questions for?
Yeah, because if we don't establish a time limit, as you've seen in the past, I will just blather on and on and on and on and on and on.
Uh-huh.
So, anyways, that's the thing that I think we should start, like, thinking about how to balance.
Well, that's what Luke thinks.
One-liner? And be done with it. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think, I think shorter is better.
Okay.
But I think that'll come from experience.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to be able to know the 3-minute answer to a question until we've answered it a few times.
That'd be really interesting. I wonder if you could go back in time and watch Dave Ramsey earlier.
I would check,
if his show...
I've talked to multiple people now who have watched the Dave Ramsey show who actually make it a game out of guessing what his answer is going to be, because he tends to answer very similar questions because people have similar issues, and then you're like, oh, I bet he's going to tell him to sell the car, you know, or whatever it is.
Yeah, because he's like kind of standardized his deal.
Sure, exactly.
And we're still feeling that out.
Correct. Once you start doing that more, then you'll know what the answer is. You don't even have to think about it. And
Right.
I think why the reason why it's longer is because you're kind of working it out as you talk.
Yeah.
In a way,
Yeah.
you know?
What do you think? If you were watching a Q&A show and they took 5 to 10 minutes per question, would you feel like that's too long? Would you lose interest? Or is that just cool? Anyways, let me know. So by the way, if you hadn't gathered from that conversation, over at the Intentional Academy, we are working on starting a call-in podcast type show, and we're starting to really ramp up our efforts there. It's not ready yet, but when it really takes off, I'm going to let you know, because there's a way that you can help us that takes very little effort on your part, but would mean the world to us. So stay tuned, but in the near future, I'll probably ask you for a little favor. Now I'm going to cook some risotto. Onions, parsley, butter, olive oil. Add rice, add wine, and chicken broth.
You gotta get his feet.
So the trick to making risotto is that you add a little bit of broth at a time, and every time it gets soaked up and starts to dry out, then you add more. I'm not sure why this makes it better, but it really does. Leave it to the Italians to make something simple like cooking rice complicated. Added some more broth, stir that in, and wait forever. So when it looks like this, it's awesome and delicious. Now it's time to add lots of cheese.
Late.
Now we're talking. Alright, stir this up in dinner time. Risotto. Oh, and this is just chicken marsala. That's like super easy to make. It takes like 2 seconds, no complexity whatsoever. Nice trying to Nicole and making something hard. We all know the risotto is the real winner here.
Make sure you throw
that is one happy plate. The chicken was awesome too. Nicole says the chicken was the highlight. Here's the deal. You cooked 6-8 pieces of chicken?
Okay.
I cooked 1 million rice, and every one of them came out good.
Think it's any bit harder for somebody to cut one of your hairs than it is to cut all of your hairs?
Yes. You guys really got to try this cooking sometime. It's incredible. Pretty sure this is the entire collection of diapers in our house. We are very hopeful that we are early on the Amazon guys' delivery route tomorrow.
All right, Nicole and I just had a pretty cool conversation. Typed up what we were thinking about the new Intentional Academy podcast and sent off our ideas to Justin so he can take a look. He's our partner in crime here, so hopefully we can hear from him, and then we will tell you about it tomorrow when we live stream, which we do every Tuesday night. Have a good one. Not sure why I felt the need to add "have a good one" there. Maybe that was me subconsciously saying that that's enough for my story today. I don't know. I'll keep you posted if anything else interesting happens.